Listen up, guys. I'm out here working on the Mullis, and we cannot mess around today because I'm under some direct supervision. Samson, you keeping an eye on me? That boy. You guys, I think I'm gonna take a stab at these today, which are the basically roll bar padding. Fancy version of roll bar padding. You guys, this is like memory foam. It's like a mattress. It's incredible how awesome these are. And I'm hoping they fit good. All the tabs and everything come pre-welded in from Mullis. They provide the pads. They're the perfect size. Fitment should be good. Maybe just a little bit of wrestling one corner just to make it, you know, aesthetically perfect. But I'm gonna give it a go today. Gonna get these lined up, taped on here, get them exactly where I want them, mark the holes, drill and tap the aluminum plates in the back of them, and hope for the best. Let's do it. Trying to get this at the minimum height, and I'm trying to get the front edge appropriately centered on this bar. That's what we're kind of trying to target here. So I'm gonna go ahead and assume that I can get these back to in the correct spot, and I'm gonna mark the fronts just in case they end up wanting to move on me. Oh yeah, that is looking good. Hey dude, you're making some noise up there. You dropped the pacifier again? This back one here definitely requires the most manhandling, for sure. It's okay, bud. I almost got this one marked. I'll come help you out. Oh, the whole car's rolling. Things are getting weird. I'm gonna be tapping these to an 832. The tap requires a number 29 hole. Well, there's more aluminum in there than I thought there was. Oh boy, she wants to come out the back hard though. Or the front, I should say. Be careful, yo. Man. I think I made some threads. We're nearly 12.5% done with this. Oh yeah. I think that's gonna work. No problemo. Alright, I think we're going to tighten up all of these three along this side and then wrestle that last one into place. You need to make a move here. Oh, this here is going to be the challenging one. Might look like I'm really wrestling this thing, but I'm just kind of really being particular about this fitment. Kinda. Gosh, it's so close, but I know it won't quite go. This might require another set of hands. Longer fastener. All started, boys. Do not want to overdo it though. That's where we're gonna leave it. Oh yeah, we did it. Yeah, baby. I'm happy with that. And I think the next one should be easier because just holding it up, the fitment looks better on the other one than it did on this one. All right. I mean, that was a little bit of a struggle, but all the fasteners are in. They're all threaded up nice. All of them except for this one. This one does have a teeny tiny bit of a gap behind it, but it's got some tension on it. It's pulling on it pretty hard. All the other ones are seated up real nice. So happy with how that turned out, you guys. What I was going for, obviously, is if you kind of look across the top of this bar, I was trying to basically keep it flush or just slightly under flush with the top of that bar. That's what I was going for, as I just didn't want these to obstruct my view out of the side of the car at all. So that's kind of where I wanted them to land, and I just wanted them to land like that, and I wanted them to have a pretty nice seam against that bar, and I think it turned out pretty good. I'm gonna see if I can do this one a bit faster. There we go.
How'd you do that so fast?
Let's go. What do you think about those, Vera?
They're so cool, and they fit in so good.
What do they feel like?
They feel really soft and fuzzy.
Do they feel like a bed?
Kind of. They're so clean.
I was really trying to focus on getting these things mounted really nice and smooth just below the top edge of this bar. And then I was also trying to focus on getting this to line up really nicely with that post. That's really nice. Right dead center of that post. That's what I was going for on both sides. So I think we nailed it pretty close. Man, those are awesome. Love it. You like it, Vera?
Yeah.
Let's go. Now that we have this absolutely amazing roll bar padding installed, we're going to go ahead and throw in the seat belts from Pro One Safety. Pro One makes my absolutely favorite seat belts to be used in the race cars. We've pretty much got every single race car transitioned over to the Pro One belts. This is a premium belt. This is a little bit more expensive. You can get much cheaper belts, right? But it is worth the upgraded cost to get a premium belt like this. I love them. So I'm going to go ahead and get these installed, and then I can kind of run you through the details of what I picked and why. But you'll immediately notice that I went with the straight murdered out black aesthetic. I mean, this car gonna be stealthy on the inside. We're gonna do something pretty wild on the outside on the body, but between the frame rails, I'm leaning towards a very, very stealthy, very absolutely naughty aesthetic by blacking out a lot of what we got going on, and those belts are gonna be killer. So we have a fairly simple install here with the Pro One belts. Actually, the shoulder belt actually just wraps around the bar. You may have to wrap these around the bar more than one time to get them the appropriate length. The Pro One belts come with recommendation that you want the adjusters right about the pec area. You don't want it up by your collarbone. You don't want it down by your belly. So you got to get them the right length. The crotch strap on this car actually gets attached just with a loop like this. So no tools required for either of those. The only time we'll need any tools or hardware is for the actual lap belts. We'll go ahead and get them bolted in with some grade 8 hardware, of course. So let's do it. Theoretically, that's all I should have to do to install those, but I may need to wrap it around that bar one more time. Hard to say until kind of get in there and figure that out. Getting everything the right length is always a process, isn't it? I'm actually going to have a booster seat made for myself in this car. I always like sitting up tall in the car if I can. Always have ran a little bit of a booster seat in my existing car, and I'll probably do the same here. So a lot of these final adjustments won't be able to be completely done until I get my hands on that booster seat. We're just trying to get it close and get a look at how things are turning out here. you gotta have seatbelt hooks on your car. Mullis has got you covered here. Of course, your shoulder belts have hooks a little bit higher up on the cage here. Get them hooked up, get them out of your way so that you're not sitting on them, you're not having to dig them out later. And of course, your lap belts have hooks down here a little bit lower. But you get everything hooked up, you get it put away, you can get in and out of your car without sitting on your seatbelts. That's a feature you gotta have. Love that. Thank you, Mullis, for incorporating that. That is, you gotta have that kind of stuff. Wife wanted Mexican food tonight, so I just got done eating a burrito. So this should be a good simulation of like having a fire suit on right now. I'm stuffed. Oh shoot, we need to simulate a booster seat. Kind of a tight fit. This is probably gotta sit a little lower. Pretty close to where we're gonna need to be. Yeah, I like that. You can get so much better visibility out of the side when you're sitting up a little higher like that. That's nice. Oh, the burrito. I think we're gonna end up bringing these down just a skosh probably. I don't know, maybe by the time I tighten it everything, it'll be close. They're not far off. I love these belts, they're so easy to adjust. Maybe we'll run them like this, probably just leave it alone for now until we get the actual seat pad, the booster seat done and over with. And we'll see if we need to make any final adjustments after that. But once you tighten everything up and you get squeezed in here, these don't land too far off. If anything, we'll take one wrap out of there, but man, I love these belts. First thing you'll probably notice about the belts that I chose is that I went with the 2-inch variant. You can get these in a 2-inch wide belt. You can also get them in a 3-inch wide belt. I prefer the 2-inch wide ones. I've tried both. I especially prefer the 2-inch wide ones down here across on the lap belts. I just feel like you can kind of, with the 2-inch, you can kind of get them snugged up and get them tighter. They kind of sink into you a little bit better, if that makes sense. With a thicker, wider belt, it's kind of, it feels like you're not in there quite as tight. You can really get that 2-inch belt to tighten up across the lap. The other thing is the Pro Elite adjusters. I have never felt an adjuster on a seatbelt so smooth and so easy to use. Highly recommend you make the upgrade to the Pro Elite adjusters, both on the shoulder and the lap belts. They're absolutely amazing, so easy to use. I wouldn't have it any other way. Down here on the lap belt, you can actually get two different styles. When you're picking up your belts, you can choose either the pull down to tighten or pull up to tighten. I have the pull down version here. A lot of people are probably wondering, why don't you get the pull up? Because you have more room to pull up in a dragster. It's just a preference. I've tried both, and when you're doing the pull up method, you end up with a lot more of the spare belt kind of just hanging out on your lap, and it just, I prefer to kind of have the pull down version, tuck it down in the corner, it's out of my way, and it's just what I got used to. Like I said, I've tried them both ways, and this is just my personal preference, but just know that if you're going to go and pick up some of these belts, you can get the pull up or the pull down version. A lot of guys with dragsters with limited space like this are going to probably choose that pull up. I got the new seat belts in the car. What do you think?
Good.
You like them?
Yeah.
So there you have it, guys. Some safety features on the Mullis. Leonard approves it. You like that, bud?
Yeah. Let's go, baby.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go, baby, to get the sticker on here.
Hey, you got to get your fingerprints on everything or what? Oh. As always, thank you guys for liking, commenting, subscribing, all the things that you do.
Forgot to go, baby, on this car. We're gonna paint it, but I don't know what color we're gonna paint it.
All right, that's a wrap.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby.
What?
An awesome fender right here.
It's a shock absorber, not a we ain't having no fenders on this thing, okay, bud?
Look.
You
What's
are
the fender?
absolutely
What's the
wild.
fender?